back with your integers lesson again. In this video we are going to learn about the fundamental operations on integers, and also we will study how to simplify a given integers expression. So let's start. Fundamental operations on integers. Here we will perform four fundamental operations, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, which you have already studied in your previous class, but let's revise it again. For addition and subtraction of any integers, we have to consider this rule, that is, if you have plus and plus, then it gives plus, minus and minus gives again positive, then plus minus is minus and minus plus is minus. So while adding or subtracting any two integers, we will first use this rule. That is, the first step is to use the rule, and then after solving the sum, we have to see the sign of greater number. That is, the rule is to assign the sign of greater number, or you can say greater integer, to the final answer. And for multiplication and division, you have to just multiply the given integers or divide the given integers, and then according to this rule put the sign to the final answer. Okay, so in this case you have to first multiply or divide and then use the rule to assign the sign to the final answer. Okay. Now we will study about the properties on fundamental operations. The first property to be learned is under addition. The first property is closure property. While adding two integers, the closure property is satisfied. That is, if you have any two integers, say a and b, then adding them, that is a plus b, is again an integer. So it is said it is closed under addition. Then commutative property. Commutative property says if you add the integers a plus b is equals to b plus a, that is, order of adding two integers is same. That is, commutative property is also satisfied by addition of integers. Then associative property. Associative property, if we have any three integers, then we can say a plus b plus c equals to a plus b plus c. That is, if you add b plus c and then you add a to it, it is equals to a plus b adding first and then adding c to it. Order of adding any three integers is same. Now, existence of additive identity. What is identity? Identity means, same. So what should be added? If you have any integer, say a, then what should be added to a to get same integer, that is, to get a again? Then the additive identity is 0. That is, to any integer, if you add 0 number, then you get the same integer again. So 0 is called your additive identity. Now what is existence of additive inverse? Inverse means opposite of a number. So what should be added to an integer a to get 0 as the answer? So adding the opposite of the same integer, that is, adding minus a to it. So a and minus a are said to be additive inverse of each other. Then cancellation law. If you have any three integers, say a plus c equals to b plus c, then what you can do here, as you see a and c are same, then you can cancel these numbers. That is, you can say a is equals to b. As you have A and B are added to the same integer. Now we will see the properties of subtraction. The first property is closure property. Closure property is satisfied by subtraction of integers. That is, if you have A and if you have any two integers A and B, and if you subtract both of them, then its answer is again an integer. So it is said to be closed under subtraction. Then commutative property. Commutative property is not satisfied by subtraction. And associative properties, this is also not satisfied by subtraction of integers. That is, if you have A minus B, then A minus B is not equals to B minus A. And for associative property, if you have A minus of B minus C, and which is not equals to A minus B, then subtracted by C. Identity for subtraction of integers doesn't exist, and as identity doesn't exist, then inverse also doesn't exist. Then cancellation law. If you have any three integers, say A, B and C, and you have A subtracted by C, and which is equals to B minus C, then you can cancel C from both the sides to get A equals to B. That is, cancellation law for subtraction of integers holds. Now we will see properties of multiplication of integers. The first property is closure property. If you have any two integers, say A and B, then when you multiply it, that is A multiplied by B, the answer is again an integer. So it is said to be closed under multiplication. Then commutative property. Commutative property for multiplication is if you have A multiplied by B, it is equals to B multiplied by A. Okay. Associative property, A multiplied by B multiplied by C is equals to A multiplied by B first, and then it is multiplied by C. So order of multiplying any three integers is same. Existence of multiplicative identity. So now you again know what is identity. Identity means getting the same integer. So if you have any integer, say A, it is when multiplied by 1 you get A itself. That is, your 1 is said to be multiplicative identity. Now existence of multiplicative inverse. For if you have, say, integer A, then to get your answer as 1, that is, you have to multiply A by 1 upon A to get 1, but 1 upon A is not an integer. So multiplicative inverse does not exist. Now property of 0. If A is multiplied by 0, then you get 0. That is, any integer when multiplied by 0 gives you again 0 as your answer. Cancellation law. If you have any three integers, say A, B and C, then you have A multiplied by C equals to B multiplied by C. Then you can say A is equals to B. That is, you can cancel off C. Now distributive property of multiplication. There are two distributive properties of multiplication over addition and one on subtraction. That is, if you have three integers A, B, C, then when A is multiplied by B plus C, it is distributed as A multiplied by B, that is A multiplied by B plus A multiplied by C. That is, A is distributed to B and C also. This is for addition, and for subtraction you have the same formula. Just your subtraction sign will come because of this. This property is called as distributive property of multiplication over addition, and this over subtraction. Now we will see the properties of division. The first property is closure property. Closure property is not satisfied by division of integers. That is, if you have any two integers, say A and B, So when A is divided by B, the answer is not an integer. So integers are not closed under division. Then commutative property is also not satisfied by division of integers. Then associative, it is also not satisfied. Then existence of identity. For division of integers, no identity exists. As no identity exists, so therefore inverse also doesn't exist. It just has property of 0. So what does this property of 0 mean? If you have any integer, say a, and 0 when divided by any integer a is again 0. So 0 when divided by any of the integer, the answer is 0 again. So that property is known as property of 0. Now we start with your exercise 1.2. The first question is, what must be added to minus 25 to get 9? So we have to find the integer whose addition with minus 25 gives you 9 as the answer. So let the required integer be x. Then minus 25 plus x gives you 9. So minus 25 will be shifted that side. So therefore x equals to 9. Minus 25 will give you plus 25 after transposing it. So 25 plus 9 is 34. So your final answer is 34. That is, you will write, therefore the required integer is 34. So 34 must be added to minus 25 to get 9 as the answer. The next question is, what must be subtracted from 121 to get minus 222 as your answer? So again you will do the same step. Let the required integer be x. So what must be subtracted from this number? So you will write this number first. So 121 minus x will give you this as answer. So minus 222 as your answer. Now you have to find the value of x. So you will transpose this value to RHS and take this value this side. Okay. So therefore you get 121. This minus will become plus after transposing. So plus 222 equals to x. So therefore x will be 343. So now you can conclude that 343 must be subtracted from 121 to get minus 222 as your answer. Now the third question is, evaluate the following. Now to solve such expressions, the easiest method is to consider two integers simultaneously and then solve it. So first here you will open the brackets, this will be equals to minus will give you plus. So positive 71 minus again that will become plus 100 plus 200. So this will be 100 plus 71 will be 171 plus 200. So it will give you 371 as your final answer. Now the next question is this. So here again you will open the bracket first. It will give you positive 65 is 65. No need to write positive sign first. Then we have plus 71 minus 25. Minus is again plus. So plus 31. Now you will consider two numbers together. So it will be 65 plus 71 will give you 613. that is 136 minus 25 plus 31. Now we will solve this number. So it will be 136 minus 25 will give you 111 plus 31. Now we will add this both integers, so you will get 142 as your final answer. The next question says if the product of two integers is minus 1008 and if one of the integers is minus 24, then find the other integer. So one integer is given as minus 24 and when you multiply it by some integer you get this as your final answer. So let the required integer be x. Okay, so according to the given condition we get minus 24 when multiplied by x gives you minus 1008. So you have to find the value of x, so you will transpose this number to that side. Here it is multiplication, so opposite of multiplication is division. So this number will go there to divide this number. So therefore x equals to minus 1008 divided by minus 24. Minus minus goes off, and when 1008 is divided by 24 you get 42 as answer. So therefore x equals to 48. So you can write the final statement as 42 when multiplied by minus 24 gives minus 1008 as your answer. The next question is find the following products. The C question. So as you know, for multiplying the integers, the only rule here is to multiply all the given numbers and then according to the rule give the sign to the final answer. Okay. So here you have 15 multiplied by 2 and minus 9 multiplied by 6. So we will find the answer as 15 2 is 30 multiplied by 9 6 is 54 and minus minus is plus. So you get here both positive. Then 54 multiplied by 30 gives you 0 and 4 is 12. So 1620. Okay, and here positive is there. Answer will be positive only. Now the next question. Here we will solve this 2 first and this 2 first. Okay. So you get 10 3s is 30 and minus minus is again plus, and here multiplied by 19 2s is 38 and again minus minus plus. So you get the final answer as 0 4 1140. The next question is find the quotient. So here you have to divide the given integer. The first question is minus 182 divided by 14. So therefore 182 divided by 14, and what about the sign? Minus plus is minus. So your final answer will be again in minus, and 182 divided by 14 gives you 13 as the quotient. So minus 13 is the answer. Now the next question is 0 divided by minus 10. As you know, 0 when divided by any integer gives again the final answer as 0. So 0 when divided by minus 10 will give you again 0 itself. The next question is 21 when divided by minus 21. So that is 21 divided by 21 and plus minus is minus. So when any number is divided by the same number, you get 1 as the answer. So your final answer will be minus 1. Now the next question is minus 175 divided by minus 1. So that is 175 divided by 1, and minus minus is again plus, so your positive will be there, and 175 divided by 1, so you will get again 171 only. For the next question, that is simplification of integers, that is if you have more than two operations together in an expression, then you have to use the rule BODMAS. What is BODMAS? We have already studied this. BODMAS means B means bracket, O means of, then you have division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. That is, for any expression, to simplify it, you have to follow this order to solve the answer. Okay. Here the question is, please simplify the following. Here, star mark this, as these questions are very important. There are total 5 questions, out of which I am going to do the 3 sums, and the rest two of the sums you have to do it by your own. So pay attention. 24 minus this, again you have curly bracket, then you have the inner bracket. Okay. So according to BODMAS rule, the first is to solve the bracket, and while solving bracket we have to solve first the innermost bracket. So your innermost bracket is this, and in this you have this. What is this? This is called as semicolon, or you can say bar bracket. So we will solve this first, and we will write all the remaining terms as it is. So you will get 24 minus 12 minus, in the bracket, 21 when divided by 11. So 11 11s is 21. So you will get the answer as 11 multiplied by 3 plus 5. Now in this expression you will solve this answer first, solve this bracket first. So you will get 24 minus, inside the bracket, 12 minus 11 3s is 33. So now as the bracket is solved, so we can remove this bracket, plus 5. Now inside this bracket you can solve any of the integers first. Okay. So you will get 24 minus the bracket 12 minus 33, that is 33 minus 12 will give you 21, and sign of greater number, so minus 21 plus 5. Then you have 24 minus, now minus plus is minus, so 21 minus 5 will be 16, but sign of greater number, so 21 is greater, so minus sign. Then you have 24 minus minus is plus, so plus and 16. So you get 24 plus 16 will give you 40. So 40 is the answer. Now the next question under simplification. Here first we have to solve the bar bracket. Okay. So rest of the terms will remain as it is. 3a minus 2b plus 15a square divided by 8. Okay. So I will show you here. 15a square means what? A multiplied by 8 divided by 5 multiplied by 8. So your 1a goes off, and 5 3s is 15. So you get 3a as your answer. So 3a plus 4c minus 2a. Now it is simple. You have to add all the like terms as you have variables here. So a is the only like term here. Okay. So 3a plus 3a minus 2a minus 2b plus 4c. Okay. So what you will get? 3 plus 3 is 6, and then when 6 minus 2 you will get 4. So 4a minus 2b plus 4c. That's it. As rest of the variables are different, that is You have unlike terms, so you cannot add or subtract them. So this is your final answer. Now the next question, this is the easiest, most simplification. Here you have to solve the innermost bracket first. So rest of the terms will be as it is. So 8 minus, then this 8 minus, curly brace 8 minus, again this 8 minus, 8 minus 8 will give you 0. Again 8 minus, then the bracket, square bracket 8, then curly brace 8 minus 0 is 8. So you will get this. Now again 8 minus, the square bracket 8 minus, inside this curly brace 8 minus 8 is 0, so you get 0. Now 8 minus, in the bracket 8 minus 0 is 8, so then finally you get again 0, that is 8 minus 8 is 0. Now with this we finished with our second exercise. In the next lecture we will start with your third exercise. In that you have some important word problems to solve. Till then practice all the sums again, and I will see you in the next lecture.